On this tutorial we'll be making this delicious and beautifully decorated carrot cake. Welcome to Arise Cake Creations, I'm Sarah. We'll be piping this beautiful hand embroidered design. So if you like what you see, let's get started. All the information for this cake, plus a free template, is in the description box below. Start by grating the carrots either by hand or using a machine. Then coarsely chop up the golden raisins. Now this is an optional ingredient, so you can choose to leave this out if you want to. In a bowl, add the oil, light brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, and then whisk together gently. Then add the grated carrots, chopped golden raisins if you're using them, orange zest, and then whisk together to combined. Again, the walnuts are an optional ingredient, so if you're using them, add them at this stage. Add the flour to the sieve along with the baking powder, baking soda and powdered cinnamon and sieve together. Use a spatula to gently fold in the flour into the mixture. Divide the cake mixture evenly between the tins. It should be around 540 grams of mixture to each cake tin. Then bake in a preheated oven at 175 Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 40 minutes. Leave to cool in the tin for about 10 minutes, then release from the tin after that time and leave on the cooling rack to cool. While the cake's cooling, we can make the lovely orange syrup. Now this is optional, you can choose to do this if you want to, but it adds a lovely zesty flavour to the cake. Allow the orange syrup to cool before using and brushing onto your cakes. Let's move on to make the mild cream cheese buttercream. Now I'm using one batch of my Faux Swiss meringue buttercream. I'll leave a link in the iCard. Now I'm using white chocolate to act as a stabiliser because sometimes cream cheese frosting or buttercream can be a bit runny. Add about a spoonful of cream cheese into the white chocolate and then gently mix together. Then combine the cream cheese chocolate mixture together with the rest of the cream cheese and use a spatula just to combine it gently. We can finish it off just by using a whisk to make sure it's lovely and creamy before adding it to the buttercream. Add the cream cheese chocolate mixture to the buttercream and whisk together with a hand whisk until evenly combined. Add in some lemon extract and then you're done. Now with this buttercream cream cheese frosting, you can actually choose to add more or less cream cheese or more or less white chocolate. Add the first cake to a 6-inch round cake card. Just add a bit of buttercream to make sure the cake is securely in place. Brush on the cooled orange syrup to each cake layer. Then add on the first layer of buttercream. Make sure it's smoothed out evenly before adding the next cake layer. Repeat this process until the cake is completely stacked. Add a light layer of buttercream, which is called a crumb coat, to trap in all the cake crumbs. Make sure the cake is evenly covered and use a scraper to scrape back any excess buttercream. Allow the cake to chill in the fridge for about 20 minutes before adding the final layer of buttercream. Evenly add the final layer of buttercream and use the palette knife for the top and a scraper to smooth down the sides. Chill chill the cake in the fridge for about 30 minutes up to 1 hour. Once your cake is chilled enough, you can transfer it over to a cake stand or a display cake board. I did this embroidery style drawing inspired by the embroidery artist Yumiko Higuchi. Use a Wilton or a Teco tip number 1. Now I've actually coloured up my buttercream using A Marie and Sugar Flare colours to the colours that are in my drawing, so you could actually change the colours or do the same colours if you want to. To get the design on the cake, you can either use a scribe tool, a toothpick or pipe freehand. So in this first part I show you how to use a toothpick to actually get the design on. So I've got my design there and I'm looking at it, but I then actually move on to piping freehand as I became more confident to pipe onto the cake. So once your design is on the cake, either scribed on with your toothpick or scribe tool, then you can begin piping. Now you're not piping one continuous line, we're actually doing stitch lines, so it does look like embroidery. So I've started off with the green colour and I'm literally piping all of the areas that are green. So you're carefully piping one stitch line at a time. So it's just literally pipe, then lift up, pipe, and then lift up, pipe, and then lift up to get each stitch line there in place. Now I did begin piping the centre of the flowers first, but realised it was actually better to actually pipe the flower first and then pipe the centres afterwards. To pipe the centres onto the flowers, it's better to do so after the cake has been in the fridge for about 10 minutes and the flower is firm to the touch, then pipe the centre. Continue piping the design around the sides of the cake. So I'll stop rambling and just let you watch me finish. Pipe in any empty spaces to complete your cake. So there you have it, a beautifully decorated cake perfect for springtime or Mother's Day, and taste absolutely delicious. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, so the only thing left for me to do is to eat it, and it tastes absolutely delicious and moist. If you do this cake or any other tutorials that I have shared, I'd love to see them, so do hashtag Arise Cake Creations or check me out on Facebook. Remember to like, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can receive any videos that I upload, and I do upload weekly, so you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching, see you soon!